all this love I give.
I've had my ups and downs, and I've had, a small depression phase with this music industry, just over it and all the BS and that comes along with it.
Something unexpected happened to Nicole Wray, and now at 46, she's finally telling the truth about everything people thought they knew. For years, she seemed to have it all with hit singles, flashy videos, and being Missy Elliott's cosign. Behind the shine, she left Goldmind over creative control, had her second album shelved, and saw a Roc-A-Fella deal collapse.
And that was a time when I was on Roc-A-Fella, and I didn't know when I was on Roc-A-Fella that ship was sinking. I wanted to get on when the whole thing crumbled. Yeah.
She battled depression, carried personal losses alone, and faced a pastor's harsh judgment in her youth.
I was in New York, and I was driving in the car, and my cousin had just got killed like a year before. He was only 16 years old.
This is the story she's only now ready to share. Nicole Wray's story begins in Portsmouth, Virginia, a place where music came easy to her. She grew up in a home where she was encouraged to sing. Her family knew she had something special from the time she was a little girl. She had a strong voice even then, the kind of voice that made people stop and turn their heads. As a teenager, she started singing around her neighborhood and in church.
And so that's what Virginia has. It's just that soulful upbringing. You got your grandmama, and she's going to say, you don't go off this porch, and we're going to church on Sunday, and we're going to go to all night shut-in, and you're going to go to sing in the choir.
Those small moments were the start of something bigger. People in her hometown talked about her talent. By the time she was in her early teens, she was ready for more. She wanted to be heard outside Virginia. One of the biggest turns in her life came when she met Missy Elliott. Fans online still talk about how rare it was for a young, unknown singer to get that chance. Missy had already made a name for herself in the industry. She was producing, writing, and shaping the sound of late 90s R&B. When she heard Nicole sing, she knew she wanted to work with her.
And when I met Missy Elliott came to my house when I was 14.
Even though nothing was proven, many people believed Missy saw something in Nicole that reminded her of her younger self. Nicole soon found herself in studios she only dreamed about. When she was younger, her pastor told her she was serving the devil, which left a lasting emotional wound and affected her relationship with her faith and music. This experience stayed with her as she entered the music world, shaping her decisions and how she approached her career.
Lewis, the pastor got up. He said, disregard the prayer. They're serving the devil.
One second she was at home in Virginia, and the next she was recording in front of some of the biggest names in music. In 1998, all that work came together with the release of her debut album, Make It Hot. The title track became a major hit. It played everywhere. The music video was on television constantly. Fans remember Nicole's voice cutting through the beat in a way that made her stand out. She had entered the industry at a time when R&B was packed with strong voices, yet she still found a way to be noticed. The success of the song pushed her into the spotlight quickly. She started performing at shows where the crowds already knew the lyrics. Nicole was just a teenager, but she handled it with a confidence people still talk about today. Behind the scenes, she was also learning how the music world worked. There were long studio nights, meetings, rehearsals, and expectations. She wanted to make the most of the opportunity Missy gave her. Fans often say this period was the purest part of her career because everything was new.
And I'm a genius because I was at a young age, around all of this. I was around Teddy Riley at a young age. I was around Pharrell in the studio, just soaking all that up. Around Missy every day.
As her fame grew, so did the pressure. People wanted to know what she would do next. Industry insiders expected the second album to build on the success of Make It Hot. Nicole herself believed she had more to show. She was young, determined, and ready to push forward. But soon, she would learn that the music industry could lift you up quickly and just as quickly push you into situations you never planned for. After the success of Make It Hot, Nicole stepped into a very different world. Everywhere she went, people recognized her. She was invited to interviews, shows, and events where major stars stood beside her. The industry had decided she was the next young voice to watch. At first, it felt exciting. She was doing what she dreamed of, but the pressure started building faster than she expected.
Because that's what I was doing. I was singing everywhere, doing a lot of local stuff around in my area. And
The label wanted more hits, more recordings, more rehearsals, more appearances. Nicole was still a teenager trying to understand how everything worked. She often talked about staying focused and trying to enjoy the moment. But behind those words were late nights and heavy expectations. Her second album was supposed to come soon after the first. Fans still talk about how the project seemed to rise and disappear. Lots of fans think that label changes slowed everything down. Others believe the industry wanted to push her in a direction that did not match who she was. It is not confirmed, but many people think the business side created delays that had nothing to do with her talent.
I just remember like not feeling comfortable anymore, like not feeling so sure that I can do this. I felt like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they still believe in me.
There were also early rumors about tension around her team. Some conspiracy theories reveal that certain people working behind the scenes were not supporting her the way she needed. Nicole never confirmed any of these stories, but fans heard whispers about pressure she faced from people who were supposed to guide her. During this period, she was dealing with personal struggles that many never knew about. In later interviews, Nicole shared that she faced situations in her younger years that left lasting marks. She did not go into full detail, but she hinted that some people around her did not treat her with the respect she deserved.
It kind of just broke my heart, and it kind of left some type of void my whole career. I felt like
She tried to keep her focus on work. She stayed in the studio and recorded many songs that never made it out. Some tracks leaked online years later, and listeners could hear how her voice had strengthened. But the industry does not always reward growth. The delays made her momentum fade. As this was happening, the music world was shifting. New artists were rising. The sound was changing. Her label was going through changes as well. Even though nothing was proven, fans believed these changes had a direct impact on her career path. Nicole continued performing and appearing where she could. She did features and stayed close to people she trusted. But the pressure from the industry mixed with the personal battles she carried began to weigh on her. She was still young but had already seen how unstable the music world could be. By the end of this period, it was clear that something was happening behind the scenes. Her second album was nowhere to be found, and people online began asking questions. This was the start of a long stage where Nicole had to figure out how to move forward in a world that did not always move with her. As the early 2000s arrived, Nicole's career reached a turning point. Fans noticed she was appearing less. For someone who came into the game with such a strong debut, the silence felt strange. Her split from the Timbaland and Missy camp became one of the biggest topics online. The truth behind that split was never fully explained, which left plenty of room for theories. She worked on a second album called Electric Blue, but it was never released, leaving fans wondering what could have been.
my sophomore album was titled Electric Blue. This is when I started writing. This is when I remember Michael Blue Williams, he was managing me.
She later signed to Roc-A-Fella Records, but that deal collapsed when Damon Dash and Jay-Z split, leading to her third album, sometimes referred to as Love Child, being shelved.
Went back home and I saw that Roc-A-Fella Records is done. Jay-Z is going this way and Damon Dash. I was like, what? Nobody told me nothing.
Lots of fans think that the industry politics around her second album played a major part. It is not confirmed, but some people believe the label did not want to invest in her unless she agreed to changes she was not comfortable with. Others think there were creative differences. When she left that camp, she had to rebuild almost everything from the ground up. She signed with new labels, worked with different producers, and tried to release new music, but nothing seemed to stick. Many songs she recorded during this period never came out. Some fans have revealed that certain deals fell apart before she could even release a single. She has openly said she experienced depression because of the music industry business and the experience that comes with it. She worked regular jobs, took time away from music, and even questioned if she should keep singing. She often felt forgotten by the industry, but she kept writing and recording at home, even when nobody was paying attention.
When I moved back to Virginia, I started putting the artists to the back, giving the artist Nicole Wray a back seat. And I think that's where the fans kind of get lost.
The longer she stayed silent, the more the internet filled in the gaps. People wondered if she had walked away, or if someone behind the scenes had pushed her out. Nicole kept working, but she was fighting an uphill battle. Money became tight. She mentioned in one interview that things got so hard, she almost gave up on music completely. She tried working normal jobs for a while because she was not making steady income from music. Fans also began spreading rumors about personal struggles she might have been facing. Even though nothing was proven, people pointed to hints in her lyrics and her interviews. Nicole stayed quiet about most of it. She felt that talking too much would only create more problems. During this time, she moved from label to label. She tried Roc-A-Fella, then Tina Marie's label, then other independent setups. Each time she hoped it would be the path back into the spotlight, one deal almost brought her back, but the project got shelved before it could take off. She talked about how she was trying to figure out her life, her music, and her purpose. She said she had to take time to heal from things she went through in her younger years.
While I was a fish in a tank, so I felt like I got to get out of here because I cannot breathe. And everybody had left. Everybody that was somebody had left Virginia.
The fallout from her early career success left her with scars, but it also opened space for something new. She did not know it yet, but her next chapter would change everything about her sound and her identity as an artist. Nicole's transformation into Lady Wray did not happen overnight. It started slowly, during the years when she was unsure about her place in the music world. She knew she wanted to sing, but she did not want to chase trends anymore. She wanted music that felt true to her. Around this time, she connected with Leon Michaels and the team behind Big Crown Records. They were known for a raw, soulful sound. When Nicole stepped into their studio, something clicked. Real sound clips from early sessions show her voice blending perfectly with live instruments. She finally sounded free. She took on the name Lady Wray as a way of marking a new start. Nicole Wray was the young girl who got thrown into the industry fast. Lady Wray was the woman who had survived it. Fans noticed the difference right away. Her voice was deeper, stronger, and full of emotion.
I'm 40 years old now. I have an 11-month-old daughter about to turn 1. And I changed my name. I changed my name from Nicole to Lady Wray.
During interviews from this period, she opened up about personal losses she had gone through. She talked about the passing of loved ones, changes in relationships, and moments that forced her to face things she had avoided for years. She hinted again at difficult experiences from her past without giving full details. She said those moments shaped the woman she had become. Her new music reflected all this. Songs like Guilty, Do It Again, and Smiling had a different energy from her early work. They had pain, hope, and truth in them. People who had followed her since the 90s said they could hear her entire life story inside those songs. While creating the Lady Wray era, Nicole also began rebuilding her personal life. She became a mother. She talked about how this changed everything for her. She said it made her more focused and more protective of her peace.
Nicole Wray today is a mother, a daughter, a sister, a friend, and a bitch. It ain't got time for no games.
This period also came with challenges. Touring as an independent artist was not easy. She had to manage her own schedule, her own budget, and her own team. But she kept going because, for the first time in years, she felt connected to her music again. Fans also noticed she was more open in her interviews. She spoke calmly about the pain she carried from her younger days. She did not go into full details, but the way she talked made listeners feel like there was a deeper story behind her early career troubles. Some fans think those early experiences shaped why she moved carefully in the industry later. Through all this, she continued creating. She released Queen Alone and later Piece of Me, two projects that showed how much she had grown. These albums proved she was more than the teenager who sang one big hit. She had become an artist grounded in experience, emotion, and honesty.
It's great to have you back in London to discuss your debut solo release on Big Crown Records.
Yeah.
Queen Alone, and moreover to see you perform a live show.
This reinvention set the stage for her to finally speak on things she held inside for many years. And at 46, she began revealing the parts of her journey the public never knew. When Nicole turned 46, she started speaking more openly about her life, her struggles, and the truths behind her long silence. Fans had waited years for this. Many did not know what she had gone through because she kept her battles private. But recent interviews gave people a clearer picture. She said she entered the business young and quickly learned how harsh it could be. She talked about the pressure to be perfect and the way people tried to control her image and her sound.
She got me a freaking record deal at 17.
She also spoke about painful moments from her younger years. She did not describe them fully, but she hinted at situations that left her deeply hurt. She said these moments followed her into adulthood and affected her choices in the industry. Lots of fans think that these early experiences might have been connected to the quiet periods in her career. Nicole also revealed that leaving the Missy Elliott and Timbaland camp was not an easy decision. She explained that she had a deep love and respect for them, calling the experience life-changing because they had taught her so much about music, performance, and the industry. But over time, she felt the need to carve out her own path, to explore her voice and style without being constantly guided or compared. She said the split wasn't born out of anger or resentment. It was about growth, about stepping out of the shadow of a powerhouse team to discover who she truly was as an artist. Nicole admitted that it was scary, and there were moments of doubt, but ultimately, she saw it as necessary for her personal and professional evolution.
Decided to walk out of that situation because there was no nourishment, there was nothing that I needed. And
she addressed long-standing rumors about why her second album never came out. She said many decisions were made without her control. She confirmed that label issues slowed things down. She said she recorded enough music for the project, but the business side decided it would not be released. Fans who followed her early career felt relieved to finally hear her side. She also talked about the low points she faced when her career stalled. She said she worked regular jobs, took time away from music, and even questioned if she should keep singing. She explained that she often felt forgotten by the industry, but she kept writing and recording at home, even when nobody was paying attention. At 46, Nicole said she was proud of how far she had come. She said the Lady Ray era saved her. It gave her a chance to tell her story the way she wanted. Her music became a place where she could release years of pain. Some conspiracy theories reveal that fans believe her new music contains hints about the people and situations that hurt her. Nicole did not confirm this, but she smiled when asked about it.
Changed my name from Nicole to Lady Ray. I learned that I can keep going. That's what I've always learned. I keep going.
She also spoke about motherhood. She said her daughter gave her new strength and helped her heal. She said she became more protective of herself because she wanted to be a good example. In recent years, she performed more, released more music, and shared more of her truth. She said she survived the highs and lows and was finally in a place where she felt safe telling her story.
Run, I cannot hide from it. I'm gonna sing loud and hard and strong because I know it's gonna help somebody in the end, and that's my legacy.
Nicole Wray's journey shows how much she carried in silence. At 46, she finally let the world know what really happened to her, in her own words, at her own pace,